Hey there, so I have some very exciting news. I got a tattoo. Now, I've been wanting a tattoo for a really, really long time. Oh my goodness, ever since probably my junior year of high school, I wanted a tattoo, and it kind of evolved from a small one to I want a portrait of my cat. See, my cat passed away a few years ago, and she was my best friend. She was the world to me. She was the greatest friend I could have asked for. Even though she was a cat, it felt like she was a person, and it just was a great relationship. And so losing her was one of the hardest things I ever had to go through. And so I figured I'm gonna get a tattoo to talk about her and have her always with me. And even though she's in my heart now, I can actually look down and see her, and then I can remember all the memories, and it's just awesome. So first of all, when we went to get the tattoo appointment, I was scared out of my mind. I was like, oh my gosh, this is gonna be scary, but the people were actually very nice, they weren't mean and nasty. I was just really scared. I was like, I don't know if these people are gonna think I'm stupid because I'm this little child coming in there, even though I'm 19, I look like I'm 5 coming in there to get a tattoo, thinks I'm so hardcore because I'm getting a tattoo. But no, they actually were very understanding about it. They seemed really cool with it, They were super nice, and he scheduled my appointment right there. And then a week later, I go in and he gets everything ready, and he puts this awesome portrait of my cat on my thigh. Now, honestly, the pain was not that bad. It really did feel like a cat scratch. Like everyone has told me, it feels like a cat scratch. It's not that bad. But the thing that made it horrible near the end, like it wasn't unbearable, but it was more painful near the end, was the fact that because it's a portrait, it went through a lot of detailing near the end, so he had to go over spots that had already been worked. So he had to go over spots that had already been worked, so he was reworking them, and that was pretty, oh my goodness, this is, sit through it, it's okay. But he did an amazing job. Here's my tattoo. There she is. This is my cat, and I love her so much, and now I get to see her all the time, and he did a great job. It looks like a picture was just pasted onto my leg. When I went in, I was like, okay, this is a huge risk, but I looked at his portfolio, I did all this research, and looking at his stuff, I was like, he can do a great job. So I went in, I just laid back, and I trusted him with it, and I have this amazing portrait now for the rest of my life. So yeah, I guess this is just kind of a video that I wanted to talk about my experience with it, just how it went. I guess another thing that I want to talk about is the nerves I felt while I was getting the tattoo. My nerves were pretty high up there, and the funny thing is I wasn't even that nervous about the pain. I was more nervous about the fact that I have social anxiety, so having somebody that I don't really know that well putting ink into my body was really stressful. So for me, I was kind of sitting there like, oh my gosh, and it was pretty awkward because I'm not a talkative person. I don't think he was a very talkative person, because it ended up being okay because he was playing comedians in the background, and I was just listening to that too while I was watching YouTube videos. I really just sat there watching YouTube videos the entire time, and I could hear the stuff in the background. I could hear when he would laugh, and it was pretty cool. It was pretty relaxed, even though I'm not much of a talker. He wasn't much of a talker. He barely said anything the entire time, but he was pretty focused, so that also was kind of, okay, so he's focused, he's not talking to me, but it doesn't mean he's not a horrible person. He's just focusing on what he's doing, and it was honestly amazing. He did a great job. So price, it ended up being $324. Yes, that's a lot of money, but I had saved up all this money thinking, okay, I'm gonna do this, and it's so worth it because now I have an amazing portrait, and it's just great. So if you want to get a tattoo, I would definitely recommend you doing it. Just make sure you think about what you want. It's one of those things that if you don't think about what you really want and you go in there and you've got this thing that now you don't know what you're going to do with the rest of your life, just think about that. I mean, think about your tattoo artist and ask him if he has any suggestions, or ask them if they might know something and make you have better placement, might make you have better choice as to what it looks like. I mean, they are professionals, they know what they're doing, unless you go to some shoddy place like that does tattoos to underage people and all this illegal stuff. So moral of the story, just make sure you know what you're getting yourself into, do your research, make sure you know this is what you want. I mean, it's a big decision and it's going to be on your body for the rest of your life, but whatever you decide, it's what's right for you, and if you get the tattoo, it's definitely worth it. So that's it. Hopefully you learned something, hopefully this was interesting to you, and yeah, hopefully you enjoyed. Leave a like and subscribe if you did, and I will see you in my next video.